Okay, hello everybody. I'm starting with my Scarlet Lime December kit. I've skipped forward. These are all of the Scarlet Lime kits that I have yet to use. I've been accumulating some for a while. So I'm going to stop my membership and use these for a while, but I'm skipping forward to the December 2010 kit. Which is right here, all these lovely beautiful papers, including some basic gray jovial, which I have the collection of, but I'm happy to have a few extra pieces of, including this one, which I love, and lots of goodies, some chipboard numbers and some thickers and some stickers, and these are totally cool. And really cool ribbon. I'm not sure how she got ribbon that matches so perfectly with that paper, but it does. Maybe it's a basic gray ribbon, I don't know. But lots of fun stuff. And these are the pictures that I'm about to scrap. So these are pictures of us in our day when we got stranded in Oxford, Nova Scotia. So these are, some of the colors are similar. There's some blues and some pinks and some dark pinks and reds and some greens and stuff. So, and it's also happened over the Christmas holidays. So I thought I'd pick up on some of these greens and pinks and blues and try to put together a layout. So that's it. I'll show you when I'm done. Okay, so here I am at the, I guess the second phase of planning for my scrapbooking layout. I've decided to do a double layout. So this is two pieces of brown American Crafts cardstock, and I've decided to do a double page because I have a lot of pictures. I have two 4x6s, and then I have four, I think these are 2.5 by 3.5, and so it's a fair number of pictures. It would look really crowded on a single, so I don't do doubles very often, but I'm doing one tonight. So what I've decided to do is I've decided that this I want to be sort of, I guess, my main background paper, and then this one I want to be also a prominent paper, and then I wanted this to be the accent paper. So I went ahead and I cut these out in the proportions that I wanted them to be in. I might still trim them up a little bit. And then what I did with this one was I left it as the 12 by 12, but I took off a strip from each side. Like I cut off a strip of 3/4 of an inch here and 3/4 of an inch here, and then I put the 3/4 of an inch back on the other side, like on the other piece of cardstock, so that it looks like it's sort of overhanging. And I like to do that when I do a double, is bring some of the elements across the page so it doesn't look like a layout here and a layout there. I want to kind of cross the border of the page with all of my elements so that I'm bringing stuff into both pages. And then I also want a fair amount of the brown cardstock showing because the kit came with these really cool, I forget what these are called. I think they're made by Tattered Angels, and I think they're glimmer screens, maybe? I actually haven't used these before, but I've seen them in the store and I thought about buying some. So I'm thinking about using this one because this is a travel themed layout that I'm doing. So I'm thinking about using this one, and the kit also comes with this Caribbean blue glimmer mist, which I don't have this color. I have a couple blues. I actually just bought a blue that I wouldn't have bought if I knew there was one coming in my kit. But anyways, so now I've got a couple of blues. That's fine. Anyways, so this is where I'm at so far. I might put a border on this, like I might use my border punch on this. I haven't quite decided yet. And the other thing that I've done is I've, at this point, I would have inked my edges, but what I've decided to do, just to have a more kind of casual look, I guess, is I just used my brown Zig pen, and I lined the edges of all three of these pieces of paper just 3 times, just so that it looks kind of hand doodled. It is hand doodled, so that's why it looks like it. So, and then of course my cat's coming to visit because she thinks because I'm talking that I'm talking to her. So that's it for now. I will check in at the next phase. Okay, so now I'm at the point where I'm putting down my pictures. I have now glued all of my papers in place. I wound up going with a border punch, my bracket border punch from Fiskars, along the bottom of the green piece of paper, and then I just put the lines there as well so that it kind of matches up with the lines that I already had there. before I punch the border. And now what I've done is, these pictures are not attached yet, but I'm thinking I'm going to put them there. I matted all of my photos except for these two on, this is cardstock from Stampin' Up. It's their craft, I forget the name of it, maybe crumb cake? Cake crumb? I don't know. Yeah, anyways, whatever the name of it is, it's their craft cardstock, and I just took this this stamp. I don't even know who makes it. Maybe Hero, I don't know. I don't know who makes it. Anyways, I just put this stamp on the background in. I used this, what is this? I don't know my colors yet because I'm new to Stampin' Up. Pacific Point Stampin' Up ink to make the background for the mats. And then the other thing I did was I used this Caribbean blue glimmer mist and the mask that I pointed out already. This, I think it's a glimmer screen, I'm not sure, to glimmer mist this pattern on here. So now what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to leave this part here mostly for journaling. I'm going to fill it in. I have a fair amount of journaling to do, so I'm going to leave that for journaling. But I'm thinking about having the pictures be kind of like these two, those two, and then these two. I'm thinking I might staple them together or something and put them down here, or maybe I'll kind of like have them just going from there. I haven't quite decided yet, but when I spread pictures around a layout like this, I'm going to, it's kind of nice because it makes your eye move through the layout like this. Hope you're not getting dizzy. But what I want to do is I'm going to have to fill up a lot of the space to bring the photos together. I'm going to have to put lots of embellishments and stuff in these spaces, and then I'm going to have the title be here. And I don't know exactly what my title is going to be yet, but it's going to be a long one because every title I've thought of is a long. So I'll work on that and come back. Yes, what I forgot to say in the last video was that the one photo that I have decided on the placement for is this one, and so you'll see that I've actually sliced it so that it's partially on each of the pages, and that's more of bringing the two pages together. I usually like to have at least one photo span the divide of the pages, the same way that I like to have at least one piece of paper, here I have all three papers, span the edge of the pages. And so what you want to do when you do this is just make sure that that division doesn't happen on a face or on any of your focal points in your photo. So I just, what I did was I just placed the photo where I wanted it to go, and then I made a tiny little pencil mark where the edge of the page was, and a tiny little pencil mark where the other edge of the page was, right here. And then I just brought it over to my trimmer and made those pencil lines line up where my trimmer cuts, and then I just sliced it. And then I put it back over here. So that's how I did that. Okay, so here we are. Now I have my photos are all down, and I have my title done. It's Moncton to Halifax in 7 hours, because this layout is all about our journey from Halifax to Moncton, which typically takes about 2 hours. Sorry, from Moncton to Halifax, which typically takes about 2 hours. But we were stranded in a small town called Oxford in the Tim Hortons, which was the only place with power in the town, for about 3 or a little bit more hours. And then we also wound up stopping in another town because our kids were transferring to another vehicle because they were going to spend some time in New Glasgow with their grandparents. So this layout is about the very lengthy day that we spent mostly in the Tim Hortons in Oxford, and how we made the most of what could have been a bad situation by playing and having fun and trying to enjoy our time together, even though the day wasn't quite going as planned. So I used a variety of different thickers. I have my thickers collection out here. I love thickers, and so I chose some of the thickers that I haven't really used much of. I don't really like these ones very much, but the deep red, it's almost like a pinkish red, kind of goes with the layout because I've got pink in Livy's code, and there's also pink in the background of this paper. I haven't attached these down yet. I haven't quite decided on those. And then there's also red in these stickers that I plan to use, so I thought that that kind of tied together the pink and the red. I don't know. We'll see how it looks. So anyways, now we're at the fun part, which is embellishing and doing my final journaling. So this is probably the last time I'm going to check in until I'm done, unless if I really change my mind about something. But so this is generally how I do a scrapbook page. It's been about, well, it's 20 to 10 now. I think I started at about 8, so this will be a 2-hour layout altogether. Okay, so here is my completed Moncton to Halifax in 7 hours layout. What I've done here is I included a fair amount of journaling right here, and you'll see it's dark on dark, so it's kind of subtle. You have to really look in order to read it, but it is legible. But I wanted it to sort of almost be like, have the journaling be the background. So, and it is quite lengthy, so that just talks about the story of us getting stranded at the Tim Hortons in Oxford. And then to just balance it out, because the last thing that I did was I put this journaling right here in places, just a little saying how proud we were of our kids for being so well behaved, and that just kind of balanced out the fact that there's heavy journaling over here, and then this side here looked kind of light, and so I wanted to kind of anchor it. And so the other thing that I did was I used a pen to darken up. I put some dark lines around the 7 and dark lines around the 2, and I put dark lines around the outside of the letters for in, and then I made sure that I brought some black accents into the lighter areas, so with these buttons, and this is just a pop dotted sticker. And then with these nested stickers, these came on this sheet, and so there were 2 stickers, one inside of one another right here. What I like to do with them is I like to put the back one, put the outside one on the bottom, and then pop dot the inside one, and then I just dressed it up with a couple of rhinestones of flat-backed crystals or whatever, and I did that with this other one as well. And again, I dressed it up with some little gems, and the middle one is pop dotted, and then I also put a gem on this one just to give it a little bit of dimension. And then I brought the black buttons across, and I put this little bit of journaling here as well, just to try to bring some black kind of over into this area here. I thought about adding a couple of white words here to kind of highlight different words so that they would pop out. I actually thought about doing my journaling in white, but I didn't think I had enough ink in my Uniball roller pen, so I decided to go with the black. So this is what it looks like. I love these. These are called I used them all up. These are the Cozy Posies by Basic Grey, and I love them. They're a really soft pipe cleaner flower. I'm sure you could make your own for fairly inexpensive with just a big brad in the middle with pipe cleaner, but they're really cute, and they're really soft. They're softer than most pipe cleaners are that I've seen. So this is the layout, and this is it from above. I hope you can see that. There we go. Okay, so that was my evening of scrapbooking. Thanks for watching.